Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen and I'm a dyslexic here to help other dyslexics and their parents. Today we are going to be talking all about multisensory and why it works for dyslexics. So if you are trying to find new ways to help your child learn in a fun and way that sticks, then this video is for you. Let's get into it. So what is multisensory learning? Multisensory learning is using different pathways at the exact same time to help the brain learn and process new information. So those pathways include visual, auditory, and kinesthetic or tactile. So those are the four ways for it to become multisensory learning. So when it becomes multisensory learning, most of the time for dyslexics and other students, it becomes more engaging and easier for them to take in and receive the information because their body's receiving information in more than one way and stimulating the brain. For non-dyslexic students, most of the time, just the visual and auditory works just great and fine, and they learn that way. But when we're talking about a dyslexic student, remember that we learn and process information on the right side of the brain instead of the left side of the brain. And the right side of the brain is more of an art and movement type brain. And so we're processing information on the opposite side of the brain when it comes to reading and writing and doing math. So really, truthfully, the key to making this work is the kinesthetics. So think like movement. So dancing, running, swimming, walking, all of those things stimulate our brain in a different way than non-dyslexic peers. So with having that, remember, when we come up with these things, we should be coming up with more movement activities for dyslexics. I know that when I was growing up, multisensory was pretty much the only way that I learned how to read and write and do math. And when you think about it, all these dyslexic programs that you go to and that you see and you do and you work with, they all are multisensory. So that means they have a visual component because we're very visual. They have an auditory, you can hear something going on. And then they have kinesthetic or some type of movement. And I know that over the past few weeks, I have now done several multisensory Mondays, and I'm giving short, easy tips to make it multisensory to help your child engage and learn information faster at home. And the reason these are working is most of the time because of the movement. And I know that when I was growing up and doing all this and learning how to spell words in high school, learning how to do things, that I really had to move. I had to move around to get that information in my brain. And so that's one of the things that we need to keep in mind, that most dyslexics just can't sit there and see it and hear it all the time. They kind of need to have a movement in there. And so that's one of the things. With reading, most of the time, it became more multisensory when books went online. And so it would highlight it and read it so you could see it, see the words being highlighted, and you could hear it. And sometimes I would get up and move around if I had been sitting too much, and I definitely retain that information more. So if your child's getting up and moving around and you're like, sit down, let them get up and move around because it is helping make it more multisensory for them, and they're getting the information the way they need to. Another one with spelling, I always had to literally move around when saying it. So I literally did jumping jacks for every letter. So if the word was smart, S-M-A-R-T, I would do S-M-A-R-T. I definitely moved around much, much more than anybody else. And so, and also with math, and you getting to move around, you getting to move the manipulatives around and see them, that definitely helped for people with dyslexia. And so that is the key. And growing up, all these things became very important and helped. And I didn't make as much progress when it wasn't multisensory. And so if your child is struggling to learn, take a second to look and see how you can make it multisensory. So to recap with multisensory, it is multiple stimuli at the exact same time. The key to this is it's the exact same time, not steps like 1, 2, 3. It is everything is done at the exact same time. So that is visual, being able to see, auditory, and kinesthetic or tactile. So those are the 3, 4-ish. When you research it, you see that it is 3 ways and then 4 ways, but the kinesthetic, tactile kind of go together. So I hope this helps explain multisensory and why multisensory works better for dyslexics, so you can start helping your dyslexic student. In the next few weeks, I have information about Orton Gillingham coming out. I'm very excited about that because I just love researching all of that. I have information about special education and or IEPs, and I have more information about dyslexia coming out. So if those topics interest you and you need more information about them, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.